Sure, you can crawl under the house to make sure we don't damage your new duct work. Hello everyone. I was recently reminded of this event, so I thought this subreddit was the perfect place to share my story. This was about 12 years ago. At the time I was working for a telecommunications company. I was a tech installer who would install fiber, Cat5, and coax at residential and commercial properties. This particular story takes place at a residential location. It was a light work day, so my company had sent many techs who were done early with their work to assist other techs. That way there wasn't anyone sitting around doing nothing. I pull up to the client's house to go help my coworker. We'll call him T. T had just pulled up as well, so the two of us both go up to the door to greet the client. We do a walkthrough, verify what needs to be done, and go over any charges that would occur if he wanted anything special done. During this part of the visit, he explains that he would like all the lines run under the house. There's no basement, but there is a crawl space under the house. He then begins to go on and on about how he just hired a company to come out and put new vents in, ducts under the house for his heating and air. We gladly comply with his request about running the wiring under the house so it wasn't visible from the outside. He then begins to tell us how the air ducts were very expensive, and they were professionally installed, and he doesn't want us to mess them up. We let him know it is common for us to crawl under the house so the ducts will be fine. We can crawl around them with little effort. It's a normal part of our job. That wasn't good enough for this guy. He continues to imply that we are going to mess up the ducts and he's going to call our manager. Should we cause any damage to said ducts? And we're going to have them fixed. Keep in mind, these ducts are like slinkies wrapped in foil. Just think of a clothes dryer duct, only bigger so it can move more air, and insulated to keep the air cool or hot despite outside temp. This is important to remember later in this saga. Let's move this story back to the client. He will not let up and is convinced we're going to destroy his vents. Eventually, the client pretty much insists on crawling under the house with T just to make sure we don't mess anything up. So just to keep him happy, we let him know he's more than welcome to crawl under the house. The client goes inside to put on different clothes suitable for crawling through dust and dirt under the house. Must have taken him 20 minutes. By then, we could have been halfway done with our work. But whatever. This is what will make the client happy. Even though by now I'm not super concerned with his happiness as he's been condescending and insulting to this point. So, I stay outside to communicate through the air vents from the outside of the house into the crawl space. And T crawls from the opening to the location he needs to be in, which is roughly 50 to 60 feet. He completely avoids all ducts. Nothing has been disturbed, just as we assured the client. Keep in mind, to get under this house, there is only one crawl space opening, the one T entered. This is also relevant to the next part of this extravaganza. The client begins to get on his belly, crawl through the crawl space opening, and begins to navigate through the brand new, beautiful ducts that were just installed. He makes it roughly 75% of the way to T. Then his face goes white. Apparently, at that very moment, he either realized for the first time or had forgotten but now remembered. He's claustrophobic. I'm not judging. I too am claustrophobic and it sucks bad. I would probably have felt bad for the guy if he wasn't so aggressive with us. And for the fact that he didn't even need to be down there. But I digress. Now the fun part. Remember when you were a kid watching Saturday morning cartoons? Remember when a character would run as fast as he could and there was only a puff of smoke left in his wake? Well, I'm pleased to share with you that's exactly what happened. Except it was dust and dirt lol. That guy made a beeline straight for the exit. And crawled as fast as he could. New ducts be damned. I swear he ripped, rolled over, and tore down half of those brand new ducts that he paid so much to have done and fought us so hard on to keep in pristine condition. He cared not about anything except his escape from under his house. I had to run around to the side of the house so he didn't see me crack up. I definitely heard T laughing as well. But I doubt the client heard it through the crinkle and crankle of all that aluminum ducting. The irony of this all was fantastic. Not only was this day my most glorious day at that job, it is my most glorious day at any job in my entire career. Maybe the client really just wanted an involved game of duct, goose and thought they'd been tagged. Slow clap, just beautiful. How did the visit end once T and you finished running the line? Did he sequester himself somewhere? Apologize? Get angrier? I must know. Thanks for sharing that. It made my day. Self-burn, those are rare. But did he take responsibility, or try to blame the damaged ducts on your team? Flex duct probably isn't up to code if it goes everywhere. How did you see his face go white? So who fixed the ducts? That's quite a story. Funny AF. I fully expected this story to end with him blaming you guys for the damage he caused. TL. Doctor. Homeowner crawls under house to inspect new duct work. While under there, he decides that it is in his best interest to remove the ducts. Hey guys. A wild animal must have crawled under my house. I'm going to need you to reinstall the ducts for me. Homeowner's wife.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Aircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.